Hi, it's me, JC, back with another Ceramic Hour live stream. We're gonna start this video off with a little shop haul. I don't know, I think some people like those or something. I don't know. So I'm just gonna share what I bought at the ceramic store. That's why I wasn't able to stream yesterday. Nothing like too crazy, but I got some pretty neat stuff. Let's start off with, I don't know, got some little tools and stuff. This is great for if you are trying to work with a really tiny vase, such as this one, and you want to like smooth out the inside for some reason, like I suppose if you were able to trim the inside, I do have a pretty small trimming tool. So like you can put some water on this and then just kind of like move it around and smooth things out. I've seen that I've had need to get some of these. I also have these little guys. You can get these at like craft stores, just like little cheap little sponges. This one is obviously a lot longer, so I wasn't sure if I would have any like narrow necked vases that this could be useful for. But yeah, I picked that up. I got some more Mako brushes. I could not remember which size that I have. Actually, where is the one I have? Okay, this is what I have. Okay, so I do have a 4, although the one that I currently have is like a lot bigger for some reason. These are supposed to be like the same brush, I think. I don't know why. It looks a little bit like more full and like larger. But I ended up getting 2 more of these. I really like these. They're very soft. And they work really well for applying glaze. I don't know if this is really necessary. I haven't compared these to the just like actual painting brushes that I have that are the fan shape, but the painting brushes that I do have, they're like a lot thinner. And you can see like this larger one is very thick. Even the smaller one is, I think, a bit more thick than the painting brushes that I have. So these are really nice. Also, nothing in this video is like sponsored or anything. It's literally just like what I saw at the store and I was like, heck yeah, let's get that. I got this really neat tool. I'll just like, oh, I guess I have to rip it open. I want you guys to like actually be able to like see it because there's like a bunch of like text on the plastic, but this is pretty cool. I've been just like thinking about getting one for a little while, and then when I was working on a couple recent projects, I was like, you know what? I should have gotten one of those because I could use one right now. So what these are is they will help you divide your pot. So it's really, it's a lot more obvious if you look at the green one. It will show you like how to divide it into thirds. I'm just like trying to look at this. Like this has some weird ones on there. And by having like 2, it actually gives you like quite a bit to work off of. Here we can see the green is to split it into 4ths, and then the 8 is black, so that splits it into 8ths, but it also combines with the green line up here for the 4ths. For dividing the pot. So the pot that I have that actually kind of, I probably could have used something like this is dividing it up like this. I'm just like planning out like how I'm going to apply the underglaze to it. And I just did this like by hand. So it would have been nice to divide it into fourths, and then what is, I don't know. And then each fourth is divided into thirds. So this would have been nice to kind of like mark that out. These two, it is a little pricey. They're $20. That's what I bought them for. I do know these are on Amazon. I don't know if they sell both in one pack or if it's just one, or how much. I think they're about $20, maybe on Amazon too. I can't quite remember. But it is pretty nice if you are doing things like this where you are making specific lines on your pots and you need to divide them out into specific sections. That one cup that I made where it has like glazes dripping down the sides of it, I evenly broke those up into different sections, and just like making sure that each section was the same size was pretty important, and that would have been another project that would have been nice for this. So these are pretty neat. And let me set this aside. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned, but they also come very large too. These little disky things. The other size that I saw on Amazon was like, not Amazon, in the store. I saw it at the store. But it was the same as this, but it was like maybe like a foot big or something. So there are possible different sizes. Here I got some wax off. So I now have both wax on and wax off. So wax on, the wax on that I have is purple, and that is what I put on the bottoms of my pots before I glaze them. And the wax on, you keep it on the pot. You don't have to take it off. You just fire it with it on, and it will just like disintegrate in the kiln. The wax off, you want to take it off of your pot. So, something you might want to do, I'm trying to think of like some kind of example. I thought I had something else. Maybe, okay, so this pot that I'm planning out how I'm going to underglaze it, and I was thinking it would be really easy. So this is actually going to turn into a gingham. It's literally going to be the same design. So I was thinking it would be really convenient if I could just put the wax on these unglazed portions. But then I was saying like, okay, if I put the current one that I have, say here where the strawberry overlaps it, I can't do that. So what I need to use is this. So wax off, I can apply it to the pot. I can do this lighter pink. Sorry, I'm kind of like off the shot. I can do, I can put this on the pot in these areas where I don't want any color. And then when I'm done putting this lighter pink on here, I can rub it off. And then I can apply the strawberry on top of that. So that is an example of why you would use wax off. You have to take it off before you put it into the kiln. You're like supposed to do that, I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Do not leave that on the pot. I'm like pretty sure you're not supposed to. That's why it's called wax off. I'm like 95% sure like you shouldn't keep it on there. But the other stuff, wax on, which is purple, you can put on the pot. And I've already put some on here. It's probably a little hard to see, but you can see the little purple glimmer of it. Yeah, I was working on this pot and I was like, that would be really nice to have right now. Okay, so the rest of what I have that I got at the store, I just got I got 2 bags of clay. I'm very indecisive, so I just went with my usual. I have a stoneware and a porcelain for cone 6, and they literally look exactly the same. But I think with this one glaze that I really like, it looks different on like both bodies. So I do want to have the different ones to get that certain look out of it. Whereas so that would be the porcelain, but then I need the stoneware because it is a lot easier to hand build with. So I kind of need to use both still. And yeah, so let's just get into some colors that I got. So we've got, I really like the Mako Fundamentals line of underglazes. I haven't tried like a ton of different brands. I would say that this one particular Amico underglaze that I got does not look like the example that I saw at the store. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know about using those ones. But I do really like these Mako ones, and I'm open to like trying other ones. I just buy them mostly based off of the color that it's supposed to turn out as, like in the in-store example. So like whatever like specific color I'm looking for, that's what I will buy. So I got some Spectrum underglazes. This one is leaf green. I just want a little bit more variety of greens because I want to do some more greenery work. I have like this kind of like little like laurel kind of type of design that I really like. So I know I want to do some more leaves and then I want some for like fruits and stuff, making strawberries and whatever. So I'm getting a variety of greens. So we have leaf green, lime green. These are all Spectrum. We have sand because I want to do some more kind of like animals, like underglazed animals and stuff. So like those bunny dishes that we have that we made in the stream earlier. So like a lot of like natural colored like browns and stuff. So I want to get like a variety of those. I would prefer to know exactly what the glaze is going to look like, or what the underglaze is going to look like once it's fired. I really don't like the idea of having, like, you can definitely mix your underglazes to get colors that you want, but you don't know how it's going to look until you've actually done it. So that's why I kind of lean towards just buying a bunch of underglazes, but that's really up to you. Got some baby pink. I love pink. And then our last Spectrum is just a yellow. This is kind of like a lighter yellow than what we currently have. A lot of the ones that I have are really bright. So I'll just like, I don't know, push these over here. And then the rest are some more, the smaller Mako Fundamentals. I use this one a lot. So I was like, I think we could go for a big one, but I'm not entirely sure about like some of the smaller ones. I got some new colors, pansy purple. The example looked exactly like the perfect color for blueberries. So let's cross our fingers. That's how it turns out when I fire stuff on my clay. Who knows? It obviously is a different clay body than what the examples use. But let's just kind of like hope that it's pretty close. We have another sand color, but this is Mako, where the other one was Spectrum. So just another cream brown color. We have silver gray. Again, another thing for like animals, like This could be like one of those, like a bunny color, maybe a cat color. I don't know if we're doing dogs yet. I'm still like not sure about how to approach the dog thing. And I have gray. This one's like a little bit darker. I think this one is the perfect color for like a darker gray rabbit. And then I have Cocoa. This one is, I think this one is supposed to be a little bit darker than the sand. I also want a variety of browns for like, if we do any kind of like cowboy boots or cowboy hats, like stuff like that. These browns would be really great for those. Or like if we do anything with twigs and branches, we'll probably want a variety of browns for different things. I have Fire Engine Red. I'm hoping this turns out to be like maybe a little bit more of a strawberry color, but like a little bit darker than the current red that I have. A little bit like tiny bit darker than this one. This one really leans towards a little bit orange, kind of like a blood color. I don't know, like sort of like that. So I wanted like another like deeper one. I think this one might look like a better strawberry. I mean, I'm not like that upset with the current strawberry color I have. Got Pear Green. I use this a lot on this is what I use for the tops of the strawberries right now. I'm happy with it. And I've used it on the oranges in the different orange dishes that I've made. All right, and that should be, yep, that's it for our underglazes. And then, I don't know, I just bought this on a whim. This Coyote Cone 5-6 glaze. I have their other one, Ivory Crystal. That one's really pretty. I really like it. So I just bought this on a whim. And then this one is supposed to be sort of greenish, and then it has like hints of kind of like an icy blue with like maybe kind of like cream colored crystals dotting it. So I'm really interested to see how this looks. I love the other one that I have, so I'm excited to try this out on something. Yeah, but it does crack quite a bit. I think that's normal for it. I mean, it's even on their picture here. But that Ivory Crystal one that I have by Coyote also will crack. You're not supposed to put it on like dinnerware or like use it like for food. It's totally fine to put it on the outside of a pot, so like an outside of a bowl or a cup, but you just don't want to put it on the inside because it has these cracks and stuff. And I don't think crystals are something that are dinnerware safe, because like spoons and knives will be hitting it and stuff, and I don't think it's so great for that. Because like generally when things are not dinnerware safe, that just means that like the glaze might kind of like degrade and will kind of get ruined from being hit and scraped with like spoons, knives, forks, that kind of a thing. Yeah. And then we've got, this is the new Amico Flux Blossom. Amico released new flux glazes, I think like in the fall or so. I am not sure how this is going to look. I think it might look very similar to Laguna's Pink Ice, but I'm going to cross my fingers and hope that it looks a little different. This is the same line, like new line, as Honeydew. The Amica's like Honeydew Flux. Yeah. And is it a Flux? What is it? Okay, no, it doesn't. Okay. Yeah, it's in the Flux line, but it's just called Honeydew. And this one, I have a new bowl with this on it, and it just has like random like waves of yellow. Not as many as this, because they're supposed to create that on like breaks for texture. But it's pretty nice. I wish it was me. I don't know. Part of me wants it to be like a little bit more of a solid color, but the waves are kind of nice. I think it might have, I don't know if it happened like I brushed my glazes on, so I don't know if it was like a difference in like how thick they were applied, but it looks kind of nice. So I'm wondering how this one is going to look. Apparently from the picture, it kind of has like those texture breaks, where it like breaks into like a little bit of a yellow. I don't know. I think this might look nice. So I just randomly, this is what I've been thinking about getting. I'm like, I don't know. There's also a very nice one called Cirrus Flow. And that one is like really just like the color of the sky. It's literally a sky blue. I haven't decided if I think I would like it or not, but, yeah, they have some nice, new glazes. Amico has a new line, these, Flux glazes. They have a line, called Cosmos. Oh my gosh, the one that I wanted. It's like, if you look at their line of new Cosmos, they're all like crystal glazes, and they're just very like, they look like, I don't know, like some of them look like metals, like copper, and there's like black, but it's like they all have like a rainbow kind of look to them, and they're shiny and they look really cool. They're very like, I don't know, very kind of like stargazer, like space looking. That's why they're called Cosmos. And the one that I wanted that kind of like matches with my aesthetic was out of stock. And I'm like, no. So, get them while you can, I guess. And then they also have a line of Celadons. I've shown you, we are working with Saguaro. That is also a like very like light green, like a neon greenish, I suppose, in a way. It's very nice looking. So there are a bunch of new Celadons that they also released in the fall. Super cool if you haven't seen them yet. I also, I don't want to lug it over here, but I did buy a gallon of Georgie's White Cloud. So I'm excited to use that. Oh, hello. We have another viewer. We're just doing like a little like shop haul. I went to the ceramics store yesterday. I'm just showing off what I bought. We're almost done here, and we will start, I don't know, we're gonna start making a project soon. Yeah, and then the last thing that I got, just another Laguna Nebula Blue. This is just kind of like a restock. I already have this. I really like it. So we're going to do more of that. Although, like, this is the glaze that, this is what Nebula Blue looks like. And we have some problems with it running. And it's also, I think this is called blistering. And it just kind of like bubbled up here. Just a little update. Someone on the Facebook page for Laguna told me that it is like peak cone 4. the glaze thing says cone 5, but my studio fires at cone 6. So that person told me that this was probably just fired too high. I do have other pieces with Nebula Blue on it, so I'm not sure like why only certain pieces have bubbled like this, but it just looks really beautiful. I have a few vases that look exactly like this, where there are a lot of the crystals are falling, but then I also have some pieces where all the crystals like just kind of like bulked together. So it's just like so pretty. I can't like not try it. So I got another one of those. And yeah, let me talk to our little chatter while I get this off of our table and we can start working on making something. We're gonna have to start fresh. We don't have anything to work on. Yeah. So you did pottery in college. Awesome. Oh, nice. So you know quite a bit about doing pottery and stuff, because you did like a beginner's and an advanced class. That's cool. I actually didn't even like try a pottery class until I graduated college. I don't know. I think I would have, if I tried it in college, I think I would have had an existential crisis. Because like my major was in graphic design, and well, that's what I got my degree in. I did graduate with that degree. But like, I don't know. I just never thought it like made sense, and I never really had like time to like try anything that didn't really like relate to design. Like other things like illustration, painting, photography, like you can incorporate that into your design work. But I was like, ceramics just like literally doesn't fit in anywhere. Like unless like it was just like totally random, just taking it for fun. But I'm not really like that kind of person. I'm like super like, I don't know, like utilitarian. And I was like, and I was also like, what am I even going to make? Like, I don't think I would have like any ideas. Because like one of my friends like suggested that I take a pottery class. Like, I don't know why. And I was just like, I don't even know like what I would make. And like now I just have like endless ideas to do like all kinds of stuff. So it's like, I don't know, it's so weird. Okay, so I have a bunch of clay here that we could roll up into something. Let me think. Let me think what we should do with this. I really need some more plates. So like that's not all that exciting, but I think we might just slab build some small sized plates. I just want some more to like put into my shop and like have available for like underglazing and stuff. I have a bunch of ones right now. I have like a million ideas for them. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Nothing crazy. We've already done this in the stream before, so I try not to do too many things that are like the same because I want to mix it up, but yeah. So let me just check this out. I think it's okay. This is actually one of our reclaims from over there. They're not, these other ones are quite a bit bigger than what I have here. So I think they're going to take a little bit more time to dry off. So let me just, so I have to stand up. I think I have to move this so we can wedge this out. Yeah, I have like, I don't know. I'm just like, I have so many ideas for some cute little plates. I just need more to like work on. And then I do think we are going to have to wedge this quite a bit because the reclaim has like so many little nooks and crannies of air that we need to pop out. I don't think we haven't slab built a little plate in a while though. I'm kind of hoping we could maybe get like 2 out of this. Or I don't know, I'm pretty okay with making some more tiny ones too. Just like that strawberry plate I showed earlier in this stream. I do kind of like those for like a ring dish kind of. Okay, I think we might almost be done with this. Let me just do it for a little bit longer. Okay, let's hope that is good. I wonder, I think we should roll this into maybe like an oval shape. Let me just like clean off my hands. This like, it has some like dry clay on it and it'll go into the slab if I don't. Okay. All right. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to let me take a look at my rolling pin. Sorry, this thing is like really annoying. Like, is it really necessary to like go in like that far? Oh my gosh. Okay. So I think this size is, I think this is what I use for my slabs. When I normally do a plate. It is, I do roll it out a little bit thicker than what I need, just so that I can trim out the foot. Sorry, we also have to like roll out this side too. Other than like the ends, I do really like this rolling pin. It's very nice, but you don't really need like, you don't need a special rolling pin for doing this either. I do normally use these little paint stir sticks. It's a good variation in like different heights that I can get. And the stir sticks are really easy to just like grab and throw down here. I only have 3 right next to me because I have them like drying certain things. But normally I have a bunch more that are available for me to use. Okay, so let's just move this in like a couple of different directions. I did say we're going to do an oval, and now I don't. It's not really looking like an oval. Okay, so let me just like go over it another time, just to make sure that we got all of it. It kind of sticks a little bit to my wearboard. My wearboard here, it is, it's simply just it's actually one solid piece of wood with canvas stapled to it. So very easy to make. People might, what do other people do? I don't know what other people do. Other people normally for like reclaim will put that on plaster. I don't feel like making a plaster bat. I suppose I could buy one if I wanted, but that's kind of expensive, I think. But it's great for drying clay out and just having a large work surface. Okay. Now we're going to take our rib and we're going to smooth this out and mostly compress the clay. But we're also going to smooth it out so all of these cracks that you see here will be gone. And we want to do this in different directions on both sides. This is like a step that is very easy for me to forget, but this is really important to well, any kind of like, anytime you're working, like you're wheel throwing, you're hand building, like you need to make sure that you're compressing your clay. If it's not compressed, it will crack and ruin what you just made like later on. So you definitely don't want that. Okay, so right now I'm just trying to get like those specific cracks gone. Let's go to the next side and then we will do some different directions. And then like obviously wheel throwing has a very different way of compressing the clay. You have to compress the base of your pot, but also compress the walls as you're throwing. And this is the main way of compressing for slab building. Okay, and now we're gonna flip and do another direction. Just want to make sure that we're not missing any areas. especially like going in different directions helps get like all of the sides. Although we will be avoiding maybe like a centimeter or so of the side, just because the edge tends to be not as compressed, but it's also just kind of torn and ripped up, so it's just not really that great to use either. Okay, and I think we can do this side, and then I think we'll be done. All right. What could we do with this? I kind of want to maximize like what we have here, but I also don't really want to make a very big plate either. Maybe we should make some like small ones. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's make some small plates. Cause I don't know, they're just so cute. And I really don't have very many of them. I think I'm just gonna take my, I don't know what this is called. It's not quite a fettling knife. I'm just gonna put it at like an angle so we can maybe grab a little bit more. And I really don't care for this to be like a certain shape. Obviously, the strawberry is not a circle. I'm like totally okay with that. I really just want to generally get the size of it for the most part. Okay. I think I will try to make it a little bit more round. This is like pretty large though. Maybe we should cut down the size a tiny bit. If you don't know, the plate will shrink a bit as it is going through the like making process. I have a very vague sense of like how much my clay shrinks. Very vague. I kind of really have no idea. But let's just hope this is good. And I will be kind of like turning the sides up a little bit, so we're sort of going to lose a little bit of the like total size, if that makes sense. Okay. And then I'm just gonna fold this clay up, and I can reuse this later. Let me just fold it up nice and tight so it doesn't dry out. Okay, cool. Something I do while I'm making like these little plates is I will like squish them. This will give us like a tiny bit more space to work with, because it is going to shrink. But it's also just like just kind of thinning it out. It's going to give us like a kind of like a little bit less to have to trim off of it. And because like I am going to trim a bit of the clay off of here once it sits and dries after a while. Okay, so we've pinched around the sides a bit, and I generally just kind of, there's like probably a bunch of ways you could do this. I just sort of lift it up a bit. It is best to do this before it dries to leather hard, because once it gets to leather hard, it's going to start cracking down here, and I don't really want that. So once I kind of raise the walls a little bit, they do tend to fall a tiny bit. So I don't know, just keep an eye on it. I tend to let them sit and dry a bit like this until they kind of like have a little bit more structure to the sides, because if you normally dry things upside down like this, but if I do that right now, it's just gonna like collapse into a pancake. So I'm gonna just give it a little bit of time to dry like this, and we should be good here. Of course, like you could make a plate like this and get this rounded shape, or even make like bowls using a hump mold. If you don't know what a hump mold is, it is, this isn't one, but it's just kind of like the general idea. So they are kind of like this, where it has a like hump, like it's a bump. And then what you do, this is not like a very drastic angle. It's not very drastic. It's like fairly flat, but what you would do is you could put your slab on top of it, and then you push it down into that shape. And hump molds are, I think like the ones that you can buy at the store are made out of plaster, possibly. But I think it would be fine if you made your own and it was like just bisque. Because bisque is very porous, it will kind of like, it will let your piece release from it instead of sticking. Obviously, if I use this is just ceramic. If I use this, it's gonna get stuck to it, you know. I've thought about, I don't know, maybe I could make my own like little plate hump mold, but I don't know. I mean, this really didn't take very long at all to make either. But it's kind of an idea to think about if that is something you need to incorporate into your practice. Especially like, I think if you wanted to make certain very specifically shaped, like things are exactly the same shape, it would be really good for that. And getting like consistent, like if you're using it to make bowls, the bowls would all have that same level of depth, and like the way that the walls are formed, like they could be steeper or less steep. I'm just like out of the right words today. But it would be really good for that, for like if you were someone that likes consistency. I don't really lean towards that. I mean, I want my stuff to have a certain kind of finish, but I really like just kind of like little, like, I kind of like how this is like the equivalent to a pinch pot. You can just see the little like indents where I push it with my fingers, and I really like that for my own personal style. But it really depends on like the kind of thing that you're aiming for. Yeah. Well, we just have a few more minutes, so I'm just gonna work on this one. If you like really want consistency in your pieces, and to speed up your making process, you could get into making slip cast molds. You can buy slip molds for a variety of things. Some of them can be plain, or they can be like fairly highly like decorated shapes, of like all kinds of stuff. You can get molds for mugs, bowls, regular cups, like figurine kind of things. I think like stuff like a duck, or like a mold for a casserole dish. I don't think that's very common. I don't know. A lot of molds are like, I think like maybe vintage. I really don't know if there are many people like making new ones today. But you can definitely find, just kind of like check out molds on places like Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. Sometimes it's like, I don't know, like like people just like inherit some kind of like storage unit, and there's like 100 like slip cast molds in there, and they're like, we don't know what these are, please take them. I think there are like a number of situations like that. And it's kind of like you have to go there in person to check them out. They don't want to like take pictures of each and every one. There are certain like catalogs online on certain websites that you can buy. Like they're new molds, but the catalogs look very old. I can't quite remember the names of the websites that have those. They're very sketch looking, and I've never purchased any. Sorry, if you don't know what a slip mold is, so you can buy them or you could make your own. They're made out of plaster. So the way like one is made and the way you would make one is you have a finished like glazed piece and you want to make a mold out of it. So you have the piece and you kind of like go through this like process of like making the different walls for your mold. Molds they typically have like two sides that come together. Like two sides come together and then they form the mold. Sometimes there's 3, maybe more pieces. It kind of depends on the person that made it. And kind of like the general like shape of what is going on with it. And then there is let me just kind of like try to show you. So you would make the mold with the piece so that like one half of the mold is like, say like the right side of the piece, where it splits symmetrically. And then the left side would be the second plaster piece. I can't quite think of reasons why you would do like 3 or more pieces, but basically you cut it symmetrically and then you have those two sides. For a plate, it would have to be symmetrically like this way. Like those would be the two halves for a plate. And then, so at the top of the mold would be an opening, and once the plaster has like set, you put it together. They're held with either straps, rubber bands, and you have some slip, which is clay mixed with water so that it is a very runny consistency. You pour it into the mold. You kind of, I don't think you particularly have to swish around or anything. You really just fill up the entire mold. You wait a certain amount of time for it to settle and grab onto the plaster, and then you dump out any excess, and that will give you a hollowed piece, such as a vase. And then I think like you let it dry maybe for a little bit longer. I don't know like the whole process, but that's generally what's happening. So you can just reuse that plaster or the mold over and over and over and get a bunch of exactly the same sized pieces. So it's really great for people with handmade businesses. It's a way for the piece to sort of be handmade in a way, but it can also speed up your process also. So you're not sitting there like manually forming different pieces. It's very helpful for that. Oh, hello, Captain Jules. Thank you for joining our little live stream. We're just chatting, and I have been working on making 2 little trinket dishes. I'm trying to make ones that are kind of like this, basically, just so I can like decorate them. Probably with underglaze. Maybe I'll do some glaze. But I just wanted to add some more. You're looking to get clay from your local area and was wondering if I had any recommendations for books or sources of information that would help on that. Like, are you trying to dig clay out of the ground or like buy from a store? There are definitely people out there that want to go and dig it out of the ground. It's definitely a thing. So I kind of can see the books that I have on my bookshelf. But I do want to just let you know that I do have like a whole video that goes through the pottery books that I have on my channel. It's called Art Book Tour, and that says like ceramic books. I just have very generalized ones. Off the top of my head, I do know that Simon Leach, he has his own like pottery book. I can't see what the name of it is, but that's all you have to put into like Amazon or wherever is Simon Leach ceramics like book, and it will come up. There is a small section in there that tells you how you can go and dig your own clay out of the ground. You definitely have to be like in a certain kind of area. like I don't think you could just go out anywhere and find clay. You have to be in a certain type of like region or something. I don't know a ton about that. But the book will tell you like how you can identify clay in the wild, how you can like tell the difference between clay and just dirt or like mud. I mean, it could be dry and look like dirt. There's also this YouTuber guy. His channel is something like, I think it's like Andrew's Ancient Pottery. It's something like that. All you have to do is go to YouTube and put in, I know his channel has Ancient Pottery in the name, and he also does that. He goes out, he finds clay in the ground and will tell you how to like identify it and do all kinds of stuff like that. He even fires pottery like without a kiln and that type of stuff. Generally, I don't know if you know a ton about ceramics, but generally, to do ceramics, like it's not just clay. There are a number of additives that you put in it to fire at certain temperatures and for kind of like workability. Like clays are formulated with additives to make them better for hand building, to make them better for wheel throwing, and like different things like that. Some of the things are like fluxes that will lower the clay's temperature that needs to be fired to and allows you to fire it to things. I don't know. It just like lowers it. I don't know like a ton about like making your own clay. Generally, it's not just clay that you're working with like this though. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the guy. I think I said Andrew. Yeah, his name's Andy. Yeah, that's the only channel that I know off the top of my head where he goes and finds clay. I don't know. I suppose like area wise, like you would just like go out and try to find like a river. I think like clay is typically found in like near riverbeds or something. I don't know a ton about that. But there are definitely people that will make their own clay. Those are the only kind of resources that I know of. I don't make my own clay. I just get it from the store. But I am wondering if you could ask the ceramics Reddit if anybody there has any tips or resources for you. Reddit is known to be random people that are kind of mean, but the r/ceramics page, they're very nice and they're very helpful. There are so many people on there. You are like sure to get a couple responses, even for something as niche as this question. So I'm sure they can give you some other tips, maybe even like other books or recommendations for videos. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, it's like I don't know a ton about where clay forms, but it's typically some like around like ponds and like riverbeds and that kind of a thing. Like, or if you know of like a river that has dried up, maybe there's like clay there. Yeah, otherwise I don't know like a ton, but I hope that helps you out. Yeah. So I'm so sorry, Captain Jules, but I streamed during my lunch break only for an hour, so I have to go. But I hope that helps you out, and I hope that maybe asking the Reddit channel can help you out, find some more resources. But that's what I would do if I was trying to get into that, is like maybe see like if anybody knows more details about where to find it and maybe just generally other resources and stuff. Yeah, for sure. I hope that's helpful, and I hope you find what you're looking for. It's like so exciting. And yeah. Well, for anybody that is also on here, be sure to follow along on Twitch so you know when we are live for another video. We stream Monday through Friday from 1 to 2 p.m. Pacific time. And then all of our streams will be uploaded to YouTube at Callie & Co. There, like I said, you can check out other videos that we have on there, such as, like I mentioned, our art book tour, or I have a couple ceramic tutorials, and other topics that are just like for general artists or for like small handmade businesses. Yeah, well, that's our stream for the day. I'm so happy we got some chatters today. That was fun. And I hope I helped you guys out. And I will see you guys tomorrow if you want to join the stream again. All right. I'll see you later. Bye.